In the early 1950s, the Cold War was heating up. The United States and the Soviet Union faced a nuclear standoff, each side racing to develop weapons that could strike first and strike hard. For the US, the problem was clear: their strategic bomber fleet, built around the propeller-driven B-36, and even the early jet-powered B-47, simply was not fast enough. High-altitude Soviet air defenses, including the ever-growing fleet of MiG fighters and surface-to-air missiles, posed a deadly threat. The Air Force needed something faster, higher flying, and more technologically advanced than anything in service at the time. They needed a bomber that could outrun interceptors, strike deep into enemy territory, and deliver nuclear weapons before the enemy could react. This need led to the Convair B-58 Hustler, the first operational bomber capable of sustained supersonic flight. Design work for the B-58 began in 1952 at Convair, a company already renowned for its work on bombers and jet aircraft. The mission was ambitious: create a bomber that could fly faster than Mach 2 while carrying a nuclear payload, yet still remain practical enough for operational use. The design team faced enormous challenges. Sustained supersonic flight produced extreme heat and stress on the aircraft's aluminum structure. Engineers had to design a new delta wing shape that could handle these speeds while maintaining stability at lower altitudes. Every curve, every panel, every surface was optimized for supersonic efficiency. The Hustler's speed and altitude capabilities made it almost untouchable to Soviet interceptors of the time. Its primary mission was clear: penetrate enemy airspace, deliver nuclear weapons, and return before the enemy could react. However, the aircraft was not without its challenges. The B-58 required extensive maintenance and ground support, and its advanced systems demanded highly trained crews. Each aircraft carried a three-man crew, a pilot, a navigator, and a defensive systems operator. Unlike previous bombers, which relied on sheer numbers and defensive armaments, the Hustler depended on speed and precision to survive. The aircraft also carried its nuclear payload in a unique jettisonable pod slung under the fuselage. This pod could hold a single nuclear bomb or multiple smaller tactical weapons, which could be released and then the pod itself jettisoned to reduce drag. Despite its operational challenges, the B-58 Hustler quickly earned a reputation as a record breaker. In 1962, the aircraft set more than 19 world speed records, some of which still stand today. The aircraft's supersonic capabilities meant it could outrun most threats of the 1960s, including early surface-to-air missiles and first-generation interceptors. For a brief period, the B-58 symbolized the United States' technological edge in the skies. Yet the very qualities that made the B-58 so impressive also made it difficult to operate. Maintenance costs were extraordinarily high. Each flight required meticulous pre-flight checks and support from ground crews who understood the intricacies of its complex systems. Fuel consumption was massive. The J-79 engines burned enormous amounts of fuel at supersonic speeds, limiting the Hustler's range without in-flight refueling. Despite these challenges, pilots loved the Hustler for its sheer performance. Flying the B-58 was described as an adrenaline-fueled experience, a mix of skill, precision, and the thrill of controlling one of the fastest bombers in history. Its mission was purely strategic, a nuclear delivery platform that emphasized speed and technological superiority over sheer numbers. A total of 116 Hustlers had been built, a relatively small number compared to other strategic bombers. Even decades after its retirement, the B-58 Hustler is remembered as an icon of Cold War aviation. It demonstrated what was possible when engineers and pilots pushed technology to its limits. The Hustler influenced later aircraft designs, particularly in the areas of high-speed aerodynamics and supersonic flight. Its delta-wing design and emphasis on speed over conventional defensive armaments would inspire experimental aircraft and high-speed reconnaissance jets. For aviation enthusiasts, the B-58 remains a symbol of daring innovation, a reminder of an era when speed and altitude defined strategic advantage. museums around the United States preserve examples of the Hustler, where visitors can marvel at the sleek lines, sharp angles, and raw power of a plane that seemed almost too futuristic for its time. The Convair B-58 Hustler may never have dropped a bomb in anger, and it may have served only a decade with the United States Air Force, but its impact was profound. It embodied a philosophy of speed, altitude, and technological superiority, representing the United States' commitment to staying ahead in the Cold War. Its records and achievements still stand as a testament to the bold vision of its designers and the courage of the crews who flew it. The story of the B-58 is a story of ambition, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of supremacy in the skies. It was a plane ahead of its time, a high-speed guardian of a tense era, and a legend of aviation history. Even today, when aviation fans gaze upon a delta-winged Hustler in a museum, they see more than an aircraft. They see a vision of what was possible, a supersonic sentinel that once held the skies in its grip, even if only for a brief moment. The B-58 Hustler remains, forever, a symbol of speed, power, and the daring spirit of the Cold War. Thank you for watching. Each aircraft tells a story of innovation, courage, and sacrifice. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us again as we explore the machines that ruled the skies. This is Skies of War, where every plane has a legacy and every flight tells a story.